I'm over here with Bane Dundavan. Thank you very much for doing this. I know him from back in London. He used to train in the same gym that we do, but with GB Top Team.
Yes.
One of the best teams in Europe. Bane, how are you, and how did you end up in Bang Tao in Thailand?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing good. To be fair, I've travelled to Thailand a few times over the years, just to hone in on the skills. And Bang Tao, it's a pretty new gym, but it's up and coming. And the coaches from here, they used to be at Tiger Muay Thai.
Okay.
And they've opened their own gym on the other side of the island. And the coaching over here is just, yeah, we've got high level coaching at home, don't get me wrong, but within the environment, it's easier to get on with your job over here. There's less distractions, high level coaching, high level training partners. So I just come over here. I gave it a go last year to see what it was like, enjoyed it, and I try and get out here once a year. So this is mainly where I'm going to be coming, because it's more MMA based over here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if I was sticking to more the stand-up side of things, I would have travelled a bit more, maybe go over to Bangkok side of things. But
yes,
where I'm still in the MMA world, you still got good, solid, high-level Muay Thai here, as well as the MMA to fit it. So all rolled into one. You can't beat this gym, especially
100%.
within Thailand. Yeah.
You mentioned MMA. Also, you're a professional MMA fighter. You have a fight upcoming, I think, in a month, you said.
Yes, 21st of December. So I've gone through ups and downs with the sport recently in the last couple of years. I ain't fought for a while. You see, I think about 2.5 years again.
Yes.
Again, I have a busy life just like everyone else, and I had to prioritise a few things before the sport as it was. And now I had a baby and things like that, so I've got thank you very much. I've got 3 kids, so I sort of had to get things sorted. I fell into the role of coaching. Brad Picket, my head coach, he gave me the opportunity, believed in me. So, and then from there, so yeah, I've been coaching for about 1.5 years to 2 years. It's coming along well. You learn more, you evolve more as a fighter as well as a coach. Your IQ level goes up. So I appreciate for all the opportunities that my home gym does give me, my home coaches give me, and it allows me to branch off and be able to pick up other information, other skill sets from people around the world as well. Holding myself accountable to when I'm sparring high level people. I'm confident in my preparation that I do at home with my home people, that I can come over to a gym like this and be able to stand on the mats and be comfortable and be able to hold my own.
I think it's very important when you are a professional fighter, even when you are in a good gym, in a very big gym like GB Top Team, to kind of go and have another set of people to train with.
Oh,
so you find that very useful. That's why I guess you are here.
Yeah, again, don't get me wrong, when I come here, it's where Brad Picket is, and we have Ashley Grimshaw as well, so we have 2 high-level coaches. Ashley Grimshaw, he's
big shout out to both of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Great people too.
So they're 2 people that have helped me and brought me along to what I was to who I am now. So again, I owe them both a lot, as well as teammates, Michael Deo, my striking coach in Gary Woods, Nathaniel Wood's dad. He's the one that really hones in on my MMA striking and swaps it over from the Muay Thai side of things. So there's everything at home. But for me, distractions something a big part within the sport, and normal life can come in the way. So when you got a fight and things like that, I would never disrespect the sport of taking a fight, knowing that I couldn't put everything I need to prep for the fight. Yeah. So that's what sort of kept me back. And when I come out here, I just lock in again, and it's more, you wake up, you train, you go back.
Everything in your life over here is about training and getting better.
It's just about evolving.
Home you have not distractions, but you have life.
Yes, exactly.
And life sometimes gets in the middle, I guess. Yeah.
You can make excuses for yourself in the end.
Yeah, you kind of have an excuse to fail.
There's a lot of excuses you can make for yourself when you're at home, but when you're here, you wake up, you don't train, and everyone here, you live around people that train, and they're training. There's no excuse. You look around, you want to get off the mat, no one's there. You have to do this. So
you have to do it. Yeah.
It reaffirms your mindset again to be like, work hard. Like, when you surround yourself with people that work hard, it makes you work hard. It's the old cliche when people say surround yourself by the people that you want to go with and they've got the same sort of dreams as you. You're only gonna get to a level to the people that surround yourself.
But also it's a cliche because it's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if you are surrounded, I always thought that if you are the best guy in your gym, probably you should find another gym, or you should find something to challenge
You should always bring other people in and things like that, because it's being the best. I've always said to people, even when I coach, it's pointless going in and trying to knock your training partners out and sparring. This is not. When you fight, we was taught, again, coming from Brad, his word. You train as a team, you prepare as a team. Everything is done as a team, but you fight alone, of course. But behind you, there is a team that's helped you get to that point where you now need to perform. But if you go in and keep knocking your training partners out, right, and then you walk into a gym one day and you've got a fight coming up, and you've hit this one and you don't want to spar with you, causing this, and you're not really training properly, you're training for yourself, right? It's who's going to spar with you? If you walk into an empty gym, you can't get your work done.
Exactly, yeah.
You can't get your rounds done.
You need your training partners for this, and you need to take care of them.
100%,
obviously.
exactly. That's my point. They're not there for you just to smash the shit out of each other.
That's why you have the punching bags. You know,
100%,
if you want to go crazy, you can go crazy with the punching bag.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place for hard sparring, of course. If you've got a fight coming up.
But everybody should be on the same page.
There you go. You can't go and bring someone who's only been training 6 months and then to boost your ego, you want to smash him. For me, it's unnecessary. So
you spoke about the part of, like, right now you're an athlete and a coach, and I guess you are on the point of your career or if your life where it's kind of becoming a transition. You're kind of moving from that athlete side more towards the coaching side. My question is, how did you find that transition? Do you feel like it makes it easier to move away from the competition, or it makes it harder because you still have the emotion of cornering and all this?
That's a good question, actually, because it's something I'm actually going through as we speak now, the transition within my mind. Like, some days I go home and I'm like, right, I'm comfortable with, because I get satisfaction out of seeing myself coach people, and then they get to a point where they achieve their goals, right? For me, that's enough satisfaction. As long as I don't need the big, oh, he done this, he done. As long as they look at me and they understand and they say a genuine thank you, for me that's enough, right? But I still have, like, where I stand within my fighting career, I still believe I can fight at a higher level than what I have, and I believe no one has shown me otherwise until I get in there and get told by someone and shown by someone like you're not on this level. So I think I owe it to myself as well as my family, because my family have a lot of sacrifices as well, you know?
Yeah.
So it's more, I can't just walk away from the sport and just say I'm going to move into coaching. I feel like I will be one of them stories if I get to an age, like now I'm 31, turning 32 while I'm out here, and I'm in the prime of my life. So it's more get what needs to be done, and then you can get more of a confirmed answer to where you think you are in your head to where you actually are. So I just want to go out there and put on a good performance, and again grow more than anything. My why has changed for fighting. It used to be very more, I was a young aggressive kid, I was a prospect, I was coming through, and the more you move on in life, I'm comfortable financially, thank God.
And hopefully also comfortable with who you are.
Exactly.
You have that maturity now, you've been through the sport for decades, and now you kind of feel a bit more comfortable to be you.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like you have nothing to prove, maybe. Or you still have that.
That is what it was. And then again, my why changed along the way. So I'm doing it more for myself now. But I just believe there's a lot of coaches out there as well. It's like they have no combat experience, and don't get me wrong, that's not a problem at all. Like, some people are good at it, but people will relate to like football managers. Football managers more thinking, right?
Yeah.
And when you're getting hit and punched and kicked, and if you never actually have had that, you don't understand the feeling of what goes through you, right? Like for yourself, you even said, right, I come from a wrestling background, I'm not stand up, but I'm gonna try. Let me see what it's about. And you understand this.
Well, I had an MMA fight that didn't work out very well. But that was the reason. Right? That was the reason I actually stepped into the cage, because I knew I was a bit too old for me to start competing now as an amateur and as a pro. I was 32, but I thought I need an MMA fight, because if I'm gonna coach a kid in the future,
That's my point.
I need to know what to tell him, what you feel, and it has to be
you
genuine.
Want to believe what you say.
It has to be genuine.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
even if I lost, I still have that experience, and I went through a camp, I went through the fight, I went through the weigh-ins and everything else. So yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from, because for me, I wouldn't trust a coach who's never been through fire. That tells me to jump through fire, you know?
Again, coming from my own coach, there's a difference, right? It's like when you're in that training room and you got your coaches behind you and they're telling you, and they're like, you're ready, mate, let's fucking... You want to look at them and believe what they're saying, right? As much as you have to do it yourself, but you want to look around at the people that are walking out of you and fucking trust them, right? You know, and that's the difference between a coach and a leader. And that's what I got explained to me. You have coaches, but you also have leaders. I believe, me personally, this is a personal own opinion, you haven't experienced something in life, you can't lead someone into something you haven't done, right? You can coach them because you can see from the outside, but if you've never actually sat there and felt that fire going on, you can't lead someone into it.
Yeah, it's impossible.
You don't know how you would react yourself, so you can't tell someone how to react if you've never actually had the reaction or feeling yourself. I
find out that a lot of modern martial arts or the modern gyms kind of run on hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Everything, like people, they like, oh, situational, or like
science,
yeah, exactly.
like
but like there's a rawness in having competed a lot, or at least put yourself out over there, that if you don't have it, it's very hard to replicate or even to explain. So yeah, I completely agree with you on that point, because at the end of the day, as myself as a coach, I'm a wrestling coach, I wouldn't be able to go and say to a kid, look, when you step on the mat and you're gonna compete for the British nationals, so you're gonna compete for any wrestling competition, you're gonna feel this and that, and you have this pressure and you have this one that you don't even see.
Yeah.
Like you see people at the highest level, you kind of feel like they have no pressure, but like you feel that pressure when you walk in towards the cage. Anyone, when you walk in towards like, something is still there. Yeah,
this is what people, I think, what a lot of people do, they get caught up in other people's journey.
Yes.
And it's like, I say it to the people I coach, I'm like, even when I'll come in, I'll have a spar with them and things like that, and it's like, I'm not boosting my own, I'm not trying to fucking boost my own.
Well, you have to,
yeah,
if you have to, you have to.
It gets to the point that I look at them sometimes and I think, do you think you're gonna come and have, like, smash me in the mouth? You shouldn't. There's levels to this game, and when people say that, it's not an ego thing. It's like, you can't get caught up, because I've had people coming up to fights and they're like, oh, they'll say something silly, just for instance, like, oh, you played with me in this round, and I'm like, but I should be. Like,
that's the whole point.
This in your head. That's for you to learn from. You can't think you're on someone else. And I see people go in, and not even for like to myself, and they'll spar Nathaniel Wood, one of the best strikers in the world, in my opinion.
He's a great fighter.
Yeah, mate, honestly, I've known the guy since I was 18, one of my best friends, right? Hands down, one of the quickest hands and best stand-up, right? Best hands in the UFC, in my personal opinion. And I see people come out, this guy is on the elite level, and I see people getting getting down with themselves because they couldn't touch it, and he was just lighting them up. And I have to sort of like look at him and say, do you know who you're sparring? Like, you're not on this level.
It's
so take what he's gave to you in this round and learn from him. You're progressing.
For me,
you need to reduce your ego in this sport. There's a lot of ego in this sport, in my opinion.
Yesterday I was lucky enough to have a round with Ian Gary,
nice.
Who's actually training over here this next week.
Really
he's an amazing guy. He's a really nice guy, and he completely like smashed me. And I'm be honest, I would be disappointed if he wouldn't. If I would go to that round and I would like easy work for me or anything like that, I'll be very disappointed, because he should be. The guy is an elite of the elite. He's one of the best guys in the world, like Nathaniel is. And if you ever have a chance to go against people that are better than you, what you have to understand, at least from our point of view, is that if you get smashed, grab the lesson from there. It's supposed to happen.
100%. You not take the positive from a negative. There's always a positive in a negative. And it's like, you're in a gym full of athletes. You're not always going to be on your game every day. So you're going to have an off day. But you're going to have to accept, on your off day, you might get smashed. Go home, recover, get back up the next day, go again. Just keep receipts in your head. This is what I tell people.
And
Not
also,
a personal one, but if you're in the gym and you feel like someone really gave you a hard round, I couldn't fucking do something. For me, I keep a receipt. And I'm like, right, I feel good today, and I'll call it, I'll see him on the mat.
Let's
and
go.
It's not personal, it's like, oh, should we get another round?
We check.
Yeah, and then it's like, exactly, I'll just double check, and then that day was my day.
Exactly.
People just, you can't live on your ego, because I was always taught, again, quitting, if you quit, it can become a habit very quickly. And winning is a habit as also.
100%.
So if you quit, and you find excuses, there's a habit within this, right? And same with winning. So you're better off trying to make winning your habit. Have a mindset of always winning.
That's a great way to put it. So now a question as a coach. I'm not gonna keep you much more because I know you have a session in a second.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you one more question, then we're gonna do the panda questionnaire, and after that I'm gonna call it. My question is, because this for me is a journey as a martial artist that I embarked on. I'm going all over Southeast Asia, and I'm trying to become better as a martial artist, but also as a coach. And my question is, from the coach point of view, what do you think makes a great coach? From all the coaches you ever had, what did you feel the characteristic of a coach is going to translate more into the progress of the students?
Personally, everyone has differences, right? But even as a coach, like I come here, there's great coaches here. It's like, don't ever be afraid to keep learning, even as a coach. You can't stop learning. Even if you stop fighting, there's always someone that's got more knowledge than you somewhere. And it's like, if you stick with this, and even with your students, it's about understanding your students. Don't just implement your mindset onto someone else. You can give them advice, but people from different backgrounds, you know what I mean? So people who've grown up different from me, I might relate to, I might not. But try and understand different individuals and see where their normal life is. Because if you help their normal life away from the gym, that can now take over to how they train in the gym. You help them, you become sort of a life coach in a way.
Yeah.
It's not just about training.
It's not only inside the gym, it's also outside of the gym.
It's 100%. It's about taking care, acknowledging like they have someone else that's there for them. Like, you don't know where people come from. If they have parents at home, if they come from a bad home, they're not going to come in and start telling you their personal life straight away. That's their get out. The gym is where they feel solitude, right? As a coach, it's my opinion that you have to dig deeper into your fighters. If you feel like they've got something, they're there turning up every session, you owe them a duty. They pay their money, they believe in you, they're putting their trust in you. They're turning up to your sessions every day. So for you to go and give a half-hearted session when this guy has traveled an hour and a half after an 8-hour day to come and train with you personally, for me, you need to understand why, how it works with different individuals. It helps yourself grow. It helps your own self grow as a human as well as a coach, because you understand different backgrounds. That's like coming here. You understand. The first time I come here, I think I was 23. I come on my own. You just the world is big. The world is big, and you get caught up in this little bubble that we're always in.
Yeah, we kind of tend to go in bubbles, unfortunately. But look, you step outside of the comfort zone. You came over here to Thailand, and also I guess even back home you're going to different gyms from time to time.
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. At home, I train. The only other gym I will train at is Lumpini Cooley, so that's a Muay Thai gym. So big shout out to them as well, because I've trained with them since I was young. But I genuinely owe my whole progression to Brad Picket, Ashley Grimshaw, Mike Akindale, and Gary Woods. Over the years, they are the main factor to me growing, even as a person. Like, I won't go into my background, but I weren't from the same background, and they helped me understand this as a sport more than just to let your aggression out. And I was at a point in my career where it was going a bit left when I was, and that's a whole different interview. But, maybe
another time.
Maybe another time for that one. But yeah. It's I owe them a lot, so for me, whatever I need done, I can pretty much get it done in my gym. Just to hone in more on the coach and the stand-up side of things, I'll travel up to Lumpini Cooley. with George Jarvis, just won his contract on one championship. Congratulations. You got like the likes of Paulo da Silva, multiple world champion, and such lovely people out there. So I'll never ever not go up there and put my head in, because yeah, I owe them a lot when it comes to the Muay Thai side of things as well.
Of course. Well, here we are with the Panda questionnaire. This questionnaire is there are 10 questions.
Yeah.
Very short answers. First thing that kind of comes to your mind. Obviously, you don't have to like shout like.
Yeah.
It's not a quick round, but it's supposed to be like a short answer off the head, whatever comes to you. The first one, easy or hard question is, what's your favorite martial art?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. What's your least favorite martial art?
What within what I do?
Within in the world, whatever.
Yeah, I have to be a basic karate, kung fu. Yeah, it's not for what I do.
For what I do is not for you.
Yeah.
Great. Number 3, what motivates you?
My family.
Number 4, what unmotivates you?
My country.
Which country were we talking about?
England.
England. Okay.
Yeah.
What exercise do you love outside of sparring and the martial arts? Hitting pads. What exercise do you hate?
S&C.
Strength and conditioning. Yeah, it's not a very pleasant. What is your favorite technique?
My favorite technique, what I use, left roundhouse.
Left roundhouse. And what is your least favorite technique?
My least, shooting a double leg.
Fair enough. The number 9 one is, as a coach, what do you think is the main quality an athlete has to have in order to become a champion?
Consistency.
And this is number 10, is a bit more personal. With this one we're gonna finish. What advice would you give to a younger self?
For the sport, for
life, for everything, for
take everything with a pinch of salt. Don't stop at every dog that barks, because you'll never get to your destination.
Great.
No, man.
Thank you very much for everything. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this interview. Let's shout out to Bane, GB Top Team. He has a fight coming up. Give him a follow. I'm gonna put his Instagram in the description of the video. See you in the next one.
No, man. Thank you.
Thank you.